Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to AirportCEO. I certainly hope you're having a wonderful day because I'm certainly excited to be back. It's been a while since we last jumped into AirportCEO, and last time, I fully admit, I didn't finish the series. We're beginning again today because, unfortunately, I can't reload my save because there have been many game updates, and that was also on a different PC, so I couldn't load it even if I wanted to. But I've learned quite a few things since then. I've built a rather interesting international airport on a live stream recently that I'm quite happy with. And today I sort of have an idea for how I would like to begin with another airport. So if we zoom out a little bit, we can see the area that we have to work with at the moment. We can see our road just here as well. What I'm thinking is that we'll begin by going in here and getting some public roads. And I'm going to build off this way a little bit. And I'm just going to leave a small gap between this area here, where we have our workers and our deliveries come in, and this area here where we're going to build basically a very small airport. I'm going to build something that's going to be as cheap as I can possibly make it. And then later down the line, we can start building a much bigger airport over here or up here or wherever we want to build it. But right now, we just need something that's going to make us some money. So today's episode is most likely going to be all about the planning of the airport and figuring out where everything's going to go. So very similar to how we started with Academia School Simulator just a couple of weeks ago. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started with all the components that we're going to need for this airport. We'll begin with some car drop-off points, which are going to go, I think, on this side of things. So I'm going to start up here, and we're going to come down like this, and we're going to get 6 of these. So that's going to be 5, that's going to be 6, and then we're going to get 3 bus stops, which are going to go opposite those on the other side of the road, and I think at that point I'm just going to continue this road up by about 4 tiles that way by, of course, 2 across. So 4 up that way, 2 across. We have our 6 car drop-off points, 3 bus stops, and honestly, that's probably going to be enough to begin with. I do want to get some crosswalks on either side of those, and I do want to get some sidewalks in there as well, just to make sure people can get to the crosswalks nice and easily. So we'll just do that kind of thing there, and that kind of thing there, and that should be perfectly fine. Really, that's going to be pretty much all we need, but I will just bring some sidewalks around all of this as well, just to make sure that, people can walk over here to actually get towards the airport itself. Now, the entrances to the airport are going to have to be on this side, of course. We're not going to be building here. So if we go into structure, we can start working on the foundations of our main terminal building. Now that right there is sort of the middle that we have to work with. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to go to there. We are going to go to there. And that's going to be sort of 2 entrance points for the airport. Actually, you know what? We don't have that much money to spare. So we're not going to do that. We're going to have 1 entrance point. We are going to go like this. And we're going to go back a bit. This is 6,400 thus far. That's fine. That's going to be our main sort of check-in area, I suppose. Now, what we're going to need to do as well is get baggage eventually. I don't know how soon it's going to be that we get baggage handling in here, but we'll see. So we'll get that all laid out. That's our main check-in area. What we need next is actually maybe to expand this a little bit. We'll go a little bit further with it on either side. I did say that we're going with a fairly small airport to begin with, which is true. We are going to go with a fairly small airport to begin with. But I do want to make sure that we at least have, a decent-sized check-in area so we can expand a little bit without having to do too much more construction. And then we also want to make sure we have a decent security area as well. Now, what I want to do for security is this kind of thing. If we go up like this, we can actually bulldoze that part and then build there. Now that gives us a very small corridor to work with, which is fine. It's actually symmetrical on both sides. We can do this kind of thing, and that's going to be the way through into security. And then this is going to be the way out of security and into the departures area, which is going to be about the size of the check-in area, which is perfectly fine. So you come in through here, you go up and around, and then into this area, which is going to be departures. And that right there is as simple as it really needs to be. Obviously, we're going to need things like a vehicle depot. We're going to need things like our small runway as well. So the small runway, it is very small. It can actually go... It could go kind of far away. It's $100,000 for the small runway. But putting it way over there means we do have a lot of room to expand. So I'm actually thinking that we could maybe do that. I think that's going to be a good idea. I think what we do is we put our small runway way the way over there. And then, of course, we need our taxiway as well. Of course, we also need the aircraft stands. So we're going to get a small aircraft stand. We can actually get a couple of these. They're 20,000 each. These are just going to be grass aircraft stands, which is okay by me. So we'll get those there. And we need our taxiways as well, which are also going to be grass. Now, I believe the small aircraft need a taxiway that is 3 across in any direction. So we'll go like this. And we can also just go like that. So that gives us room for 2 aircraft to come in, which is perfectly fine by me. We can go like this as well and see if we can get these to line up really nicely. Again, just sort of going as cheap as I can with these. And then this can go all the way up to the top end of the runway, like so. And that should give us a nice loop for the aircraft to take. In fact, what we probably want to do is put another bit just in here to make sure that the aircraft can actually loop around the taxiway should they wish to do so. Now, obviously, we are going to need to put in the taxiway nodes as well. These are going to be the paths that the aircraft follow when taxiing. So if we put these in just like this and up to the runway there, this one goes all the way down to here and to the runway there. And this one goes all the way across and loops around like that. So that's the stands pretty much sorted. That's the... Why are we running the simulation here? That's the runway sorted as well. We are going to need to get security in here. We're going to need to get some doors in here. So let's go back to structures and let's go to doors. We're going to go for a large door just in the middle there. We are going to want a medium sliding door there and there, as well as there and there. We'll figure out something for the airport or the aircraft stands at some point, but we're also going to want plenty of items in here. So if we go for the info desk to begin with, I don't think having an info desk is going to be the worst idea in the world. So we'll put an info desk just there, right at the entrance to the airport. And then our check-in desks are going to go... Well, we could do them up there. We could absolutely do some check-in desks up there. But what I think we're going to do is we're going to start them up at the top end there. Actually, are those the wrong way around? No, they're not. We'll start them up there. And we're going to have them be out from the wall just a little bit. So just like that should be fine. That'll give us a little bit of room to play with. And it also gives us a lot of space. This doesn't actually go central, which is slightly annoying. So I think I'll leave a gap there. Yeah, I can't get one central there. That's fine. But we can get, you know, a bunch of these in. In fact, let's get rid of that one as well. So that we have 6 check-in desks. We have 1 information desk, which I'm wondering if I could rotate that and maybe get 2 in there. So info desk, maybe there or right there. I think right there for the info desk will be perfectly fine. Because then what we can do is if we go back into structures, we can go to walls and actually wall that off a little bit. So something like that. We can do the same at these ends up here so people can't get in behind the check-in desks really easily. And that looks okay to me. We can maybe put some doors in there for the staff to go through. So a nice sliding door the whole way along there. And obviously we're going to need to get baggage handling and all that stuff at some point. Not going to stress too much about that for the time being. Let's go into here then and see what we can do. Now, obviously we are going to need to start mapping out some secure areas. We're going to say... now this is going to be slightly tricky because technically speaking, the security... Let's see here. The security checkpoints need to be in a secure area. So we may want to go with the smaller security checkpoints and then have them lined along like this, sort of right in the middle of the room. That might not be a bad idea because then the secure zone runs the whole way up here. Yeah, I think that might be the way we do things. So let's see here. If we were to do a secure zone like that, and then have that same secure zone sort of run the whole way through the terminal like that, we should be able to go in here and get the small security checkpoints and, yeah, place them exactly the way we want them. So the small security checkpoints are going to go like this, and they are 5,000 each, and we are going to need a lot of security staff to man these. We probably don't need that many, actually, so what we'll do is we'll take a bunch of those out. We'll have 5 of them. In fact, let's see how many I can get in there first. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I can get 13 security stands in. So let me do 4 from the wall. So then 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me get rid of all of these, so we've got 4 there. If I leave a gap on either side, I can do, at least be an awkward gap in the middle as well. Which is a bit of a pain, because what I was trying to do was avoid some kind of awkward gap there. So I don't know. I don't know what way to do security here. Maybe we just change it up a little bit. Let's just begin with the 4 that we have. So that's fine. We're going to begin with that 4. And I'm going to build a wall, which is going to be a temporary wall, but we're going to build a wall there anyway. Just so that we don't, you know, completely overload the security area and have people sort of hanging out up here. So you come through and then you're going to go into that space. So that'll be perfectly fine. And what we can do is say that this is going to be a secure area and also a staff zone only for the time being. And then we can put a small door on that just to make sure no one gets stuck. And that does remind me that we are going to need a staff room at some point. Why is that rotating so weird? That's rotating very strangely. But we'll put that door there. And that'll let staff into that space. That gives us security to work with at some point. And of course, we're going to need some boarding gates as well. Now, if I have a little look at the small aircraft stand, the entrance, or the door that's going to lead out to the aircraft, is right in the middle. So if we go to structure and we go to doors, we can put a large door just there. And also just there. Then on either side of that, we're going to need a boarding desk. So the boarding desk is going to go... It would be really nice if it could go right in front of the door. Unfortunately, it can't. So what I'll do is I'm actually going to put the boarding desks facing each other. So there and there should be fine for our boarding desks. And then we just need chairs, really. We're not even going to need that many chairs, but I'll get some chairs in here anyway, because it's always nice to let your people sit down. So we'll do there and there. We can do there and there. And then let's see if we can maybe get this to sort of go central, which of course I can't. So let's do that and do that then. So we've got this kind of weird offset gap thing going on, but that's fine. So that should be enough chairs, I believe. We could also get some, like, right between these. Which might not be a bad idea. How have I done that? How have I managed to get this to not line up properly? Let's just wait a second here, because I feel like I lined something up wrong there. Let's see. So this is not going to go central. That can go there. That can go there. And then over here, we want to do... I guess we'll do that. We'll do that. And then we'll line this up like that. So there should be a gap of 5 on either side, which there absolutely is. And if we rotate this, we can't really get it in there, so that's fine. That's going to be enough chairs. I really don't think we're going to need more than that. And I think at this point, the only thing we need to do is continue the sidewalk up to the main door. And I believe that's everything. We don't have a bathroom. We don't have a staff room. So maybe part of our security area is actually going to get taken over by bathrooms and staff rooms. So let's see here. If we go to... Actually, do we want a staff room behind the secure zone? We also don't have a way for people to reclaim baggage or get out of the secure zone, I realize. So let's go to foundations. Let's... Oh, this is going to mess with my expansion a little bit in future if I'm not careful. Let's go like this. Let's expand like that. And expand like that. And then what we want to do is go to items, go to secure area exit. And we need to expand our secure area just a little bit. So if we take out this wall and we take out this wall as well, we want to go to areas. We want to expand the secure one down to about there. And make sure that's all completely covered. And down to about there as well. We want to grab our secure area exit. And we want it to go there. And also there. And then we need to figure out what that space beside it's going to be. Because that's sort of awkwardly sized. Which isn't great. But at least we have the exit for the secure area, which means we can get rid of that wall and get rid of that wall. And that means arriving passengers can go ahead and get out, basically, which, you know, obviously they're probably gonna want to do. We could also probably throw in a few more seats, because I do think we now have the room to do it. So there, 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 and we probably want to leave a gap there for, you know, people exiting the airport just a little bit. So let's just do all of that, which I believe lines up really nicely. Okay, so we have even more seats. We could get more if we really wanted to. I really don't think we want to, although I'm gonna, because I can. So a whole bunch of seats. We have the way in and the way out. We just need to go ahead and say that this is no longer going to be 100% a staff area. And we also probably want to get rid of that small door. Actually, maybe we could change that up and say that no, we'll get rid of that door. Let's see here. If we go like this, maybe a little bigger. Let's see what size we can go for. Let's go for 8 by 16. Let's maybe cancel that door. So cancel you. And we want to put a wall back in there. And then we want a wall here as well. What does that leave us with? What size is that space there? If we go to bathroom. Of course it's 8 by 10. That can't be easily divided, unfortunately. So let's maybe just do one shared bathroom. Possibly. Unless we divide it up awkwardly, which we could totally do. I just don't really know if I want to do that. I think we'll just go for a shared bathroom. I don't really think it matters. Let's get some doors in here. So this is going to be a door for the staff room. And a door for the bathroom as well. So that should be perfectly fine. We also need to make sure that this is actually set as a staff room, not just a staff area. So there we go. Let's see here. So the bathroom is going to need plenty of objects. We're going to need some toilets in there. So we'll just line this wall with a bunch of toilets. We could put more in if we wanted to, which I think I will. Just like that. And then maybe we go for a wall And then I think we could maybe throw in the sinks and the hand dryers as well, just into that new area. So the sinks can go all the way along there. The hand dryers can go all the way along there. And I think that's fine for the toilets. Now the staff area is going to need a bunch of couches just to keep everybody nice and happy. So we'll get those in like this. And hopefully it's going to wind up being enough couches to actually keep them happy. So we'll see how that plays out. We could probably throw some other things in there. There's things like tables, which offer space for items to be unloaded, such as food. We could put decorative items on that as well. I don't think we really want to do that. We could put some armchairs in here. That's always an option. I don't know if I want to do that, but it is an option. I think we'll just leave the staff room as is for the time being. There are also things like laptop tables with recharging points and stuff like that. Not going to bother with those. I think at this point, we are good to open the airport. We aren't going to have a lot of things. That is worth mentioning. Also, we need to get our construction contract. You're going to give me 60 laborers. This one will give me 60 laborers. Hourly fee per contractor is 770 and 770. So it's the same contract across the board. We will accept it and get our laborers. We also have things like procurement, because I believe that we may need to get some small pushback trucks. We may need one of those. I'm not certain. I don't know if we need it for these small aircraft, but just in case we do, I think we will grab some service roads here and just connect them up, because these small stands do have roads built into these parts here. So we'll get some small service roads. We're going to want to connect those roads to this over here, but I'm going to take them down a little bit. So the service roads are going to come down to about there. We're going to bring them over, and then we want to get a vehicle checkpoint so that we know that we don't have anyone going into this service area that shouldn't be going into the service area. So that all needs to be built at this point. That's a lot of stuff to get built. In fact, I think I missed... Yeah, I still need the vehicle depot. So we'll grab one of these. I don't know for sure if we need it right now, but I'm gonna get it anyway. I'm also going to need to run a road up to it, so we'll do that in just a second. We'll place it there. If we go to infrastructure, service road, and grass, we can run that up to the basic vehicle depot. And am I missing anything else? I'm not sure I am for small flights. So I think we're fine. I think we're okay here. That vehicle depot will need to be moved eventually, but we'll deal with that in time. Let's just go into construction and deploy all of our contractors, because there is a lot to be done. Also, did I mention it's called Emerald City Airport? Just throwing that out there. Just throwing that out there, that is the name of this place. So yeah, we're going to need probably 2 of these. I don't know if they're going to have... I don't have the requirements. Yeah, we're going to need a road, checkpoint, and vehicle depot. We have those all, queued to be built. They aren't yet. Let's just go ahead. What do I need for this? I need the CIO. Oh, I totally forgot about that. So if we go to staff, we are going to need to bring in staff such as a chief financial officer, information officer, and operating officer, as well as an HR director, procurement director, and strategy director. They all need to come in eventually. We're also going to need to... Interesting. We're going to need a lot of security staff. We're also going to need things like general airport staff to operate the desks. But since the airport isn't open, the only thing we're going to need will be the workers who are going to be on this yellow bus, I think. Maybe not. Maybe they're not. We also have a lot of stuff being offloaded for deliveries there. That's fine. Yeah, that's the workers coming in. All right. So they're coming in. They're going to start construction on everything. They're going to get all of the drop-off points built. They're going to get the roads built. They're going to get the airport built. it's going to take a while. It is absolutely going to take a while. But I'm actually really excited. I'm really excited to see this place, you know, get built in one go. I'm really happy with my planning here. So we'll see everything get built. We'll see everything get installed. We'll see, there we go, the checkpoints in as well. We've got our service roads going in. We've got the foundations going in. We've got our bus stops and our parking areas going in as well. We might actually want to go to structures, infrastructure, and just extend those sidewalks that way a little bit. Just to make sure that they actually do connect properly, because they might not. And I kind of want to make sure that they do. So yeah, bus stops going in. We've got all of this stuff going in. We might actually have a check-in desk going in there, which I believe, yep, we do have a check-in desk going in. And an interesting thing that's changed with the game since last time is I can right-click this and say, you know, make it a different color. So with it being Emerald City Airport, it does seem fitting that we make them sort of a green color. So I think that's fine. I think that's too bright. I think about there is perfectly fine. So we'll save that as a color preset. But I'm also curious to see if I go to items and I right click on the check-in desk in here, can I say that they're all going to be that color? So if I right click you, yeah, it does look like it, doesn't it? Same with the info desk. We want to make sure it comes in as the right color. The security checkpoints we can't change. The boarding desk we can change, so we will. And the secure area exit we don't need to worry about. The gate seating is all going to default to green as well. The trash cans we can't recolor, I don't believe. Same with information screens, which we actually forgot about information screens. So we probably want to get one or two of those in here. So we'll throw an information screen just by the entrance, I think. So just there, so you can come in and immediately see your flight information. We probably also want some info screens over here. So right there and right there are probably not bad locations for them. But let's see what else we can recolor here. So office desks, I have totally forgot about those. We'll get them eventually. Let's see. Toilets can be recolored. Sinks can be recolored. I don't think we want to do that. Although maybe the toilets could be like a sort of gray color or sort of like a bluish white color. I kind of like that. I think it's interesting looking. So we'll make the toilets that color. The urinals is going to be exactly the same. The sinks are going to be exactly the same. The hand dryers, also the same. Sort of that blue color. It's just kind of interesting looking. And we'll see if everything that gets installed winds up actually being the color that I've set. Otherwise, I'm going to have to go through and do all that manually. And believe me, I really don't want to do that. So hopefully it all works out. I'm also thinking that this is all technically going to be a staff area back here. So all the way up to there, staff area, we are not... Oh, they didn't get installed the correct color. Well, that's a bit of a shame. I'm not going to go through and recolor all the toilets, I can tell you that. That is straight up not going to happen. Maybe I have to place them again. Maybe to get the colors to work, I would have to, you know, place them down again, which, again, I'm not going to bother doing. So we're not going to stress too much about it. Now, I believe this is complaining because it doesn't have staff, which is fine. It's not technically supposed to have staff at the moment, unless it's complaining that people can't get to it. But that's got a little tie on it, that little flashing guy there. So I'm assuming that is a staff complaint. So we're really, really not... Yeah. So you guys have no staff operating at the moment. That's not a big concern. I'm really happy with the construction progress, though. We've got our 60 guys, you know, working their butts off. It's going to look good. It's going to look really, really good. I'm really excited to get this place up and running. We have our taxiways going in as well. So yeah, this is going to be really, really exciting. I'm really looking forward to getting this airport up and running and seeing if it actually, you know, manages to make any money at all.